going to be flames.
A little bit about his car, and then I'll transfer over and tell you the rest. All right, Danny?
This is the car that the Mongoose made his name in. Mongoose like Hot Wheels, Mongoose and Snake. This car at one time held 7 track records. It ran from 1964 to about 67. Then it got sold. We found it in Maui in 08 and restored it back to its original condition. My father, the guy getting dressed in his costume, his father, they owned it. So we're pretty stoked to get the car back and let everybody see it here.
Thank you.
We're doing something a little different tonight. Normally we fire one car at a time, go from one to the other. Tonight what we're going to actually do is fire both of them at the same time. We'll put on a nice little show for you. So these motors here are Chryslers or Hemis or 392s. He only made them in 2 years, 1957, 1958. Came out of a Chrysler Imperial. Back in its time when they were on a stock car, they produced about 195 horsepower. Now they have about 2,500. They run off of fuel. It's called nitromethane. Nitromethane only ignites under high heat and compression. $35 a gallon for nitromethane now. Back then it was what? $5 a gallon. Now it's $35. You see the length of the car. There's a reason why. Back then there wasn't big shops or corporates or big units. It's what was able to fit in your garage. So basically the length of the car is what was able to fit in your garage back in the early 60s, mid 60s. What you see on top is a Henderly hat. It's got 4 nozzles on top where fuel goes in from the fuel cell front to the pump up to the top. It dumps a lot of fuel into the blower. It's got a 671 blower. Both are 671s. The difference between this one and this one is this one's got ports on top and on the bottom where it injects fuel directly into the head. Mine's got a Chrysler 8 3/4 rear end. You sit right on top of the rear end. There's no transmission in these cars, no gears. It's direct drive. So meaning when you have the clutch in and you let the clutch out, the car starts to go. These cars idle at 100 miles an hour. So basically, when you have your car parked in park, you go to reverse drive, you let go of the brake, you idle at maybe 4 miles an hour. These cars idle at 100 miles an hour. They are powered by a what's called a either a Vortex or a Cirillo magneto, which is like a distributor. But the difference is that these cars generate their own power. As you see, there's no alternator, no batteries on these cars. So that's where you get the spark from. That's where you get the heat from. The compression's 7 to 1 on yours, 6 to 1. And then basically with the blower, it presses down the fuel, and then that's where you get the horsepower. What I'm going to do on this car here, if you guys see I don't have a driver, I'm going to auction off the seat. So you get to sit in it. There's going to be tons of pictures, videos flying around. So, I mean, I'm going to start the bid at $100. Do I hear $100? Anybody at $100? $100. Do I hear $140? Anybody $140?
No.
Just sit in the car while it's fired up.
While it's fired up.
While it's fired up.
140, 140, 140, 140.
Well, hold on. It's not done.
150.
Do I hear 160? 160.
160.
180.
180.
It's worth the run.
180.
Do I hear 180?
180.
I take Red Bull.
180.
Okay, do I hear 180?
180.
Going once. Going twice. 200.
200.
Do I hear 240? 240. 240. 220.
220.
240. Get in the car. 240. Well, once.
240.
Twice. So. Woo! So, yeah, you'll fit. You'll fit. Get the grease. Agrees. So the way we start these cars up is we start them up with gas. Basically, what we do is we say, we put some gas in there. The reason why we fire them up with gas first is because gas ignites a lot easier than nitrogen, especially when it's cold under these conditions. So then what we do is we check for oil pressure. There's only one gauge on these cars, and that's an oil pressure gauge. If you read no pressure, then don't turn on the car because you'll grenade this motor in a heartbeat. From there on, we open up the fuel pump right up front, and then as soon as the motor starts to spin, the fuel pump injects fuel into the motor. The fuel pump injects fuel into the motor, and then you'll start to hear one sound, and then you'll hear a different pitch as the fuel of the nitromethane starts to kick in, and then they'll start to fire up. Hey, wait, put that on while he's in there. That way he see. Yeah. So yeah, use that. Don't step on this. Step directly on here and directly into the seat, and then stand up straight. Take everything out of your seat, and I'll show you the rest. Yeah, take everything
Step down.
Yeah, into the seat. Yeah. Now put your left foot right foot on top of the rear end. Yeah. And then slide your legs.
Right foot or left foot?
Yeah, both of them. Slide them in before you go to put your body in.
Get stuck if you don't. Yeah. So get your both legs straight. There you go. Slide down with your arms.
He fits!
There you go.
But the real trick is to get out.
And once you're in, do you really want out?
Yeah, lean forward. All right, let's go.
Dad, I'm going to be using my ears.
Oh, that's fine.
Put that on. Yeah, but no helmet. Just put that on, but no helmet.
Lean forward.
Lean forward. All right. Hey, but do put the goggles on.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Lean forward again.
You gotta be working wild to get some. Yeah.
I mean, look. Yeah, it does. He's lucky. Because I thought, man, I'm lucky. He says that, and he raised his head. I was like,
$1.
I can't cut him like them.
He's a funny car driver.
That's all right.
You're good.
All right.
So keep your foot off this left side,
pedals?
the right side. Yeah, and don't touch the center controls. I'll take everything else.
Yeah, just on the wheel. You can hold the wheel from Yeah, but we're gonna put them on in a bit. It'll fog up real quick. So. It's hard to breathe. Just gonna push out hard.
Buddy.
I think we're about to lose our beards. Yeah. I got hair. You can laugh. Filter it out. What did you do? Take a flat?
Just make sure you
All
catch
right.
it.
You ready?
Should I start recording?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Mag's off.
Mag off. You got the fuel on.
Fuel's not on. It's off. No. Fuel's off. Okay.
You guys ready?
Yeah.